All right, guys, what is up? Welcome to my stream again. Um, we are here in the ESEA Open playoffs in the night round, which SD Gaming will win. So SD Gaming will get their choice of sides, and it looks like they're staying on the CT side, I'm guessing. Either way, the teams are SD Gaming versus Bluejays in the ESEA Open playoffs, round of 16. So SD Gaming does choose to play on the terrorist side, in fact. Alright then we're going live with the pistol round. Both Bluejays Gaming came into the playoffs ranked as the #1 team from ESEA Open, and we have a pause to kick things off. Meanwhile, SD Gaming, also known as Slightly Different Gaming, they came in ranked number 16. And there was a ton of teams in the ESC Open playoffs. It was a very large bracket, and we saw a lot of upsets when it comes to determining, the lower seed defeating the higher seed. And what's interesting that this is one of the few playoff matches where there were no upsets on the road to this place. So that means Bluejay eSport didn't defeat any team that was ranked higher than them. Obviously, Bluejays didn't. They were ranked #1, and SD Gaming as well. They were ranked number 16 coming into the playoffs, and they also didn't get a chance to play against a team ranked higher than them. So up to this point, this is definitely the hardest match seeding-wise that both teams have had to play. So it should be an interesting one. And the pause is over, so we will be going live, and the question here is what this terrorist team plans to do. Already we see a decoy being thrown mid. 3 players do head on over to A while 1 goes long, and we see that Nelson is here and lower, so he might be able to get some frags here, in fact, and they're playing very aggressively on short. Oh, and Caddy getting frags, and Nilsson actually not getting his. And the CTs have to be very careful here, exactly, as there are Zillion is on short, and Seti will spot out New Fox in this lower area, but it is a 2-on-3 situation now, so it will be quite difficult for SD to work something out here, especially since, ooh, and a great burst straight onto the head of Teddy. However, Zillion does get traded by DeathX, and that means that the lone player of SDG will be next Fox, and he'll be booking it back to T-spawn and trying to go to the A bomb site. However, DeathX is already here waiting for him on short, so he should get some information that someone is coming along. Should be able to hear it soon. However, next Fox is walking here, so he definitely doesn't hear it yet, so he has no idea what's going on. There is only 20 seconds left. And this is cutting it quite close, actually. And he gets onto the site, and DeathX definitely hears him here. So, oh, and next Fox gets an insta headshot straight onto DeathX, putting him at 6 HP, and he knows that Lunta is coming from CT spawn as well, so he has all the information he really needs. Ooh, however, he doesn't see Lunta coming up there, and that's interesting because he did see him in CT spawn, so he could have been expecting him to come up there. Either way, good round from Lunta and Seti as they both had 2 frags each. And they are able to secure the pistol round for Bluejays. So Bluejays puts themselves in a better position as to open up this match. Meanwhile, we don't see any type of force buy as the bomb was planted. So on the terrorist side, that is. So they will be just taking their pistols, 2 flashes and 1 smoke. And they'll be waiting for the smoke to die down here in the B bomb site and probably trying to rush into B to plant the bomb. Okay, so already we see one player going down, Arcane getting taken down at the hands of DeathX. Oh. And ECFN with 3 quick frags with that shotgun. And he has the bomb as well there in the B bomb site. So Radical is on the wrong side of the map. He does have that Glock, and that Glock will not help him at all in any sense of the term. I mean, we see an M4A1 and FAMAS's, so long range. I mean, Radical will be in trouble here. Yeah, that was an interesting battle here. DeathX missing a lot of shots, allowing Radical to get that frag. However, it wouldn't matter in the end. FAMAS does go down, however, and I'm not sure. I don't think it was picked up actually, so it wasn't. So interesting. Quite expensive to lose a gun like that. However, we do see the full buy here now. And players that long won't see anything. Radical with this. Oh, and DeathX actually is the player that will be the most interesting, as he does have this AWP. So anything that's going up, anything that's going to try and make its way up short, could be very quickly shut down. The smoke on Xbox will completely take away his vision. So, ooh, and exactly, Radical jumping up there and suicide. Zen trying to get that frag, however, he won't be able to. Meanwhile, we see Arcane coming up short, and he's not able to get the frag. So the question is, Nilsson sees next Fox again. However, he will drop down, which is the smart decision, staying alive as his team does have the advantage. He definitely doesn't want to even things up. And we will see these flashes come in, and slightly different gaming will try and come in here. However, good headshot from Xbox, and another headshot from Xbox. However, I'm not sure if he knows this player is coming along, and definitely didn't expect it. And they do lose the first gun round. So Bluejays already showing us some solid play. I really like the fact that Nilsson, when he didn't hit his shots at first, he jumped down short, made sure he stayed alive. His team did have the advantage numbers-wise, and he made sure to keep it that way. If he goes down, then he could open an avenue for the other team, and I like the fact that he made sure to keep alive above all else. Ooh, and DeathX not hitting that shot actually, so he does get dinged to 70 HP. However, he's able to respond with his own pistol actually and do a lot of damage. At the end of the day, no one actually goes down, which is quite interesting. Meanwhile, we see, oh, ECFN is taken down at the hands of Arcane through the smoke with that deagle. Arcane with only 10 HP. Ooh, and DeathX missing another shot with that AWP. However, in the meantime, Lunta gets 2 frags in B, and DeathX does end up going down. A lot of missed shots from him. So Nilsson will be looking in here, seeing if he can see if any players are rotating over to B from the terrorist side. But it will be actually Lunta who's the one who sees some action and immediately getting a shot onto Xbox. And so that's a 4 kill already. It's interesting to see if he'll get that ace. And Zillion only has 4 HP, and he does get the ace. So that's the first ace of our match, and actually that's the first ace I think I've casted in these ESEA playoffs. So great work from Lunta there with that M4. Arcane, however, showing some great shots. Probably a little bit of luck there with that headshot through the smoke, but nevertheless, quite impressive. We see DeathX again with his AWP, and he likes to push into these double doors already, I'm noticing. And another missed shot. So something is up. I don't think he's warmed up all that well because and finally he's able to land the shot in lower B. So Zillion goes down to the AWP. And Seti, I heard some shots being taken over here. Oh, and a grenade, and it doesn't end up connecting all that well. Oh, it does end up connecting a little bit with Arcane. However, Seti pushing out into a ton of gunfire, and DeathX is waiting for them with this AWP. So smokes will come in, however, counter flashes will be thrown. And right now, I'm not liking that SD Gaming is bunching up here because it's just taking them far too long, and it gives time for Bluejays to set up. And yeah, now that they lose a player, they decide to go back. However, ECFN is already flanking them, and he gets 1 kill only. He probably should have had 2 kills there, but and it just seems like SD Gaming don't have much of an idea of what they want to do. They're not so decisive. Again, just hanging out here at long. They are able to bring it to a 2-on-2 situation. So kudos to them for that. However, the question is if they can cross long without getting killed by DeathX. And only 1 player left surviving, and he does get taken out by Lunte from behind. So 5-0 already, and we're starting to see this money bonus start kicking in for SD Gaming. So they'll be most probably buying out every round from now on. It's something that can be expected. And DeathX will be peeking here with his aim. Oh, and he sees a player. Oh my goodness. And that should have been another frag for DeathX. Oh my. DeathX does end up going down. So it's looking like it might be a mid to B type of push. However, Lunte has their number with 2 frags already. And Seti getting radical somewhere on short, I believe. So Arcane will be looking here, trying to get Lunte if he decides to pick. And he is able to get that frag, so bringing it a little bit closer, especially since Seti is at 41 HP. The question is, Bernard has to be very careful here because I don't think he anticipates Nelson being so close. And 1 HP getting taken off there. So not much. Oh, and Nelson ends up going down. And so does Teddy, so the last remaining player is ECFN. And he knows these 2 players are here, so the question is if they decide to push out middle, but they don't, they decide to go short. So very smart call there to go short and to go around the last remaining CT player who will be coming up from CT spawn. So the question is, do they realize that he's there? And they do. So Arcane is able to take him down. And that will be the first round of the match going towards SD Gaming's way. Finally getting on the board, and about time too, because you don't want to let a team run away too much with that scoreline. So good work from SD Gaming to be able to even things up. And DeathX again with his AWP. And this time he's boosting his players onto short. Meanwhile, Radical is looking here, seeing if he can get any frags. Oh, and DeathX is in short, however. He does get taken down again, and it just seems like he's not in the swing of things, because that was another death that was quite unnecessary. It was another death stemming from him just being over aggressive, pushing out to short and getting taken out of taken from lower B. Meanwhile, we see Nelson in a battle here. He will get flashed, which will be ineffective. He had the chance there to take down 2 players, however, he does get taken down in the end, and I think this is where Bluejays has to call it and say, you know what, we're saving. And they won't actually do that, and they do all get taken down, so a very expensive round, and they're probably going to have to save because of this. I feel like they could have saved those 3 guns, so either way, good round from SD Gaming, I think there. It was really more of matter of SD Gaming playing better than they have in previous rounds, and they get their second round. Radical already shooting through these double doors. He even sets up in anticipation, but and I like how Zillion has this UMP. He actually hears the boost, and he should be anticipating this boost, but he does get taken down by ECFN, so already that's only a UMP going the way of Bluejays, however, so it's not all that much. However, the question is if they anticipate Nelson being so close and short. And Nelson gets taken down, so we will see the players go up short. And it seems like DeathX is AFK or something like that. Arcane is able to take down Lunte. And the last remaining player in Arcane again will take down ECFN, and I have no idea what DeathX is doing. This is quite odd in an official playoff match for there to be an AFK, and Bernard will be able to take him down. So 5-3, and I'm wondering if we're doing somewhere. Yeah, there is a pause. Okay, so they were just waiting to freeze time to pause. Maybe he lagged out or something happened. There could very well be some sort of issue. We saw 2 rounds in a row. DeathX missing quite a few AWP shots, something that wasn't expected. Close range, far range, it didn't matter. So maybe there was something going on. Maybe he does need to change his settings, or something in his computer is acting up. Hopefully he will be able to fix it soon, whatever it might be. And we'll get into this match again. Meanwhile, we should be seeing another gun round after this pause taking place, as Bluejays definitely does have enough money to buy whatever they do need. Just move my monitor back a little bit. And maybe I'll just go over what I think of the teams playing so far. Bluejays started the match out very well. You could see the confidence in the team. They weren't playing overly passive or overly aggressive. I mean, they just, as a team, you could tell that they were doing exactly what they like to do and playing exactly how they would imagine it, and that allowed them to go up those 5 rounds early on. Meanwhile, it's the contrary for SD Gaming. They came out kind of passive, and they didn't really have any decisive decisions, and that's really important as a terrorist team, especially on DDoS 2, which, you know, there's not so much innovation that can be made. They didn't know what they wanted to do. They were hanging, you know, they got a kill out long, and then, you know, you can see them on the mini-map running up long and back long, up long and back long, so that's something I didn't like from SD Gaming. However, that changed, and we saw them pick up 3 rounds. Let's see if Radical is able to get a frag here. Ooh, he's not getting flashed out at all, and he misses that frag. And 3 players on long, actually, so they're playing like this 3-2 setup, so they are changing things up, as no one is watching mid now, as that was DeathX's position. However, he didn't end up... the beginning has been rough for him, so maybe that's why they decided to fall back. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my stream. Very happy to have you here. Feel free to follow me on Twitch. I'll very much appreciate it. It's the biggest donation I could get is, you know, just a follow. So if you could do that, I'd be very much. Oh, and Bernard is able to take down ECFN on this bomb site, and Nilsson is able to take down 1 player lower. So let's see if Lunte is able to get a quick frag here as someone tries to cross the platform. He will be spraying away, but he will not connect at all. Meanwhile, he's walking to this Molotov a little bit, so we do see a smoke going down here on the double door, and the terrorists, they have 3 flashes left, so Lunte is able to get flashed out. And no flashes on the terrorist side, so they're in trouble here, as there are 2 flashes, and they will go into the bomb site. And both players getting taken down in very quick succession. All 3 players in very quick succession are taken down. Xbox and Arcane having a Xbox and Arcane having a big hand in that, and we see the score get even closer to 5-4. The AWP being given to the hands of Radical again, and we will see another eco round from Bluejay. No one being taken down there. However, Radical might have seen the two players on Zillion taken down at short. That Noah stack from the Counter-Strike 1.6 day being very effective from Bluejays eSports. However, long is completely open, and the bomb is looking to be going towards this long area. The question is whether or not SD Gaming will be able to realize this and adapt, as we do see already DeathX and SETI both looking towards long. It seems like they have the information that not much is going on short or mid, and they will be looking towards this long A area. Oh, and they do get flashed by DeathX, and DeathX doing work with that pistol. 3 kills in quick succession. However, Bernard is able to take 2 back on his own, so 3-on-1 situation. Why did I go offline? Hopefully I'm not offline. That's my fun is shining. And Bernard is going to finally go down as 3 players are on that A bomb site, and it's very difficult to fight against 3. Alright, so good work there we saw from DeathX actually with that pistol. The AWP may not be going so well for him, however that pistol is going great. Oh, and he's able to peek here. And he does get a hit on Radical, who goes down to 24 HP. Meanwhile, the rest of Radical's team is going to be, and we will see another Molotov be thrown there, so another few seconds is taken off the clock. Oh, DeathX is taken down with that AWP. Wow, and Lunte with the spray is able to take down 2 players. Meanwhile, Nilsson will help them out there, and they just get mowed down completely by the M4s. So, looking at the scoreboard, we see Lunte here really opening it up with 13-6 scoreline. But Arcane is not much worse. He is keeping it close with 12-7. So, good work for him. Oh, DeathX through that smoke, just missing that shot. That was very close. Meanwhile, he will get pushed mid, and he will get the frag through the smoke. So great shot from DeathX there. Earlier we saw that. Ooh, and another frag onto Nextfox from DeathX. So 2 nice frags from him. Meanwhile, ESEA and Radical are having some type of battle here in the B bomb site. And meanwhile, Bernard will be sitting in lower B with this bomb. However, DeathX is waiting here behind his doors. And he does hear what's going on. He will be blinded, and Bernard is here. DeathX is able to kill him. And Radical is the last member alive. He will be he'll be smoked out, flashed out. I mean, so many players from Bluejay. 4 players left alive against 1, and him with that deagle. It's not nearly enough to do anything, but that gives the 8th round to Bluejays. And they can already be happy with this half. Now we see 2 ops coming out from Bluejays, so they do have this double op setup. Nilsson will take it long. Ooh, and that shoulder peek, very smart. Whoever that was. However, we do see Nilsson here already prepared for this AWP. And they're even spamming with an AK. Nilsson will get flashed out, so he will have to back off, and that grenade will come in. Not doing much, however, taking off 7 damage, 8 damage off of just 2 members, Bernard and Nextfox. And that's what I'm talking about. We see the players here just chilling in long. They don't really know what they want to do, and that's what I'm worried about for them, because they're returning to this state of not knowing what they're doing. And meanwhile, we see Lunte coming up from behind, and that's exactly why you don't want to do something like that, because now they're just getting completely pushed all over the map. So Zillion being taken down by Nilsson. And yeah, I don't think that was the best eco round. I mean, if you're going to rush long, then rush long. If you have a strategy in mind at the beginning of the round, you should probably stick with that strategy. I mean, unless something crazy happens, like 4 of your players get killed, or you kill 4 of their players somewhere else, you shouldn't really be changing it all that much. So, I don't really understand, you know, nothing really happened there, and they decided to completely change their strategy. So they do take over the B-bomb site. However, 3 of their players do go down. Arcane is at 14 HP, so it's not looking all that well. Ooh, and Deathx missing that shot. However, he won't miss the second one, so it's a 1-on-3 situation. And Deathx is just pushing here with that AWP. Not the smartest decision, but it does end up working out as he just sacrifices himself for the greater good. When we see the money situation is very good for Bluejays eSports. Meanwhile, SD Gaming just has to force out whatever they can buy. Not the best for them. So, again, 2 AWPs for Bluejays. However, no one is going to be in this mid area. Nilsson will be watching long. And now the players are just hanging out long. There will be a flash coming out, it seems, and a smoke. And Nilsson will have to drop back. And in fact, he will be taken down to 25 HP. Meanwhile, Lunte went down somewhere on the map. Not sure exactly where. But again, this is what I'm talking about. And all 3 players of SD Gaming are just hanging out this long area. And it's not helping them out in any way. It just allows Bluejays eSports to set up all over the map and get in position. So 11-4 in favor of Bluejays. So something I can already notice, which is sticking out at me very much, is the fact that SD Gaming, they haven't practiced strategy tactics. Because if they had practiced, they would have known that they have to stick to it. I mean, that's something teams know. Or they're just very indecisive, and that's just as bad, because that's really what's killing them here. They are hitting shots, and you can see, for example, Arcane and Bernard hitting amazing shots, just as much as Deathx and Lunte. However, for some reason, so long control being given away completely by SD Gaming. So we'll see Nilsson come up here. However, we will be in this battle on the A-bomb site, and now we do start seeing the CT start rotating on over. However, the bomb is here at long as well, so it's the correct decision to rotate. Ooh, and Nextfox gets dinked down. He will be spraying the smoke, and Radical will go down, and so will the other members of SD Gaming. So Bernard, ooh, and Bernard with a nice frag onto. So Arcane and Bernard, the 2 top fraggers of SDG Gaming, are the last 2 alive. SDG. Ooh, and Sadie gets taken. Oh, and this could be very dangerous. Unfortunately, Arcane isn't able to connect, but if he had killed ECFN, then Seti at 1 HP could have been a very dangerous retake by SD Gaming. Not to be. Bluejays wins the pistol round, and things start looking very uncomfortable for SD Gaming. We see the Galils and AKs coming out, and even Deathx going down suicide. It seems like he's a very, very aggressive player from what I've seen so far, as he likes doing these high gamble, high reward plays. What if there was a scout, you know, from SD Gaming or something like that? However, he's able to flash both players in mid. Meanwhile, we do see the rest of SD Gaming going down at the aim bomb site. So next Fox will be the last player left alive who will have that Galil, and he did kill Deathx, in fact. So, oh, and he gets dinked through that wall, and it's a 13-4 score. And that's why I was saying it's getting kind of dicey for SD Gaming, because they have 4 rounds They have 4 rounds. Meanwhile, it will only take 3 rounds for Blue Jays to win the match. So, I mean, you do the math there, but in the time they got 4 rounds, Blue Jays got 13. It's just not looking all that good. But meanwhile, we see that Zillion is quite slow to the B bomb site, and the bomb is coming B. So that was interesting. That I have no idea really what happened there. I have no idea why the CD side decided to play that round the way they did play it. Sorry about that. Missed a lot of frags because I was talking about something else. 14-4, first gun round I think coming in. Hopefully that last one wasn't a gun round. And an aid being thrown into the double doors, so the terrorist side isn't able to spot much. Meanwhile, we do see a push coming out of mid. Zillion is here, and he's going to try to use the smoke to his advantage. He does do so, however, the terrorists are able to get on the bomb site quite easily, in fact. And it's a, what, 4-on-2 situation? Nice flash from Radical, however. And pushing things like that is not going to end up working out. ESEA doesn't even go down, so 15-4, and this is looking like it might be a very quick match, map at least. 15-4 in favor of Blue Jay, and SD Gaming is in a world of trouble. They don't have enough money to buy much. Radical buying a Zeus, that had to be a mistake, or he's trolling us. Either way. Nilsson and Seti just going nuts here on long, not even caring too much. They take over the bomb site completely. ECFN meanwhile is here as mid. Nilsson will get that frag, and so will ECFN on short, and he'll be seeing Zillion as well. Zillion is able to get him, however. He will be the last member left alive. And he does get taken down, so that's a very quick map in favor of Blue Jay. Not much to say there. Far better team tactically.